Thanks for joining me again for another Pixie Talks review vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks. Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
Woo! Today is an exciting day. Since I started in on the Doctor Who franchise, this was always one of the Doctors that I was super looking forward to. What many argue was the absolute best Doctor of the classic series. Let's have a look at the fourth Doctor, Tom Baker. Tom Baker, the golden age of classic Who. And it's fairly easy to see why this is considered by many to be the quintessential Doctor. The prior three Doctors certainly each had their charms, but this is the first one that I can really call iconic. After the Doctor finishes up his regeneration, it isn't very long into the series that he leaves behind Brigadier and Unit entirely, and good riddance, I say, quite honestly. This Doctor gets to move much more freely about time and space, and the story writing becomes a lot more interesting. It's not quite back to the ominous, weird fiction vibe that I got from the first two Doctors, but instead of investigative dramas, the story writing here turns more towards adventure sci-fi, which can be all sorts of fun, and with Tom Baker as the lead, certainly is. Tom Baker. I was already somewhat familiar with this actor from the BBC miniseries of The Silver Chair, and always rather loved him as Puddleglum.
My name is Puddleglum. You're sure to forget it.
His version of the Doctor's character can be a little scattered, and often comes off rather delightfully loopy because of it. He can be moody, he can be egocentric, and he can be downright silly. The charm and charismatic sophistication of Jon Pertwee is traded here for a mischievous glint in his eyes and a playful sense of adventure. From his first scene, you know he's going to be entertaining to follow, a bit of a clown, but also a born explorer and mystery solver. There are some absolutely stellar episodes in here too, a few of my personal favorites being Genesis of the Daleks and State of Decay. I can't help it, I just love vampires. And we get to learn a lot more about Gallifrey and the Time Lords and, consequently, the Doctor himself in this series. I really enjoyed the insight into his more overarching character from this, and as well as, man, Gallifrey is neat! The season 16 questline story was also a whole lot of fun, and I particularly enjoyed the Pirate Planet. And, of course, let's not forget the companions. Sarah Jane Smith, of course, continues into this series from the last one, and she's just as much of a delight here as she was there. She's still probably one of my favorite companions yet, for her smart and quick-witted nature to her bravery and gumption, to the fact that she doesn't mind giving the Doctor heck when he's behaving like a jerk. I also really loved Romana. Both her incarnations were fun, and her interactions with the Doctor were just great. Since the Doctor can be a bit of an arrogant know-it-all, the bolder companions who can stand their ground tend to work well with him. And oh my goodness, K9! K9 is my absolute favorite thing about this series. I love him! Look at this thing! He's so flippin' cute and his personality is exceptionally endearing and he shoots a laser from his nose. Oh my word! I am super in love with K9 and oh yes, I need a K9 figure. Probably my least favorite companion here, however, has to be Leela. Although I don't mind the idea of a warrior woman from a primitive planet, in fact, I was actually rather excited to get to Leela, but she tends to grate on my nerves more than anything else. She's strong and fun when she gets in on the action, but most of the time she seems to just be there for the, oh look, the savage doesn't get technology jokes, which wear thin pretty fast. Altogether, the show had a very fun vibe that, while it did tend to change from season to season, always had a very strong sci-fi adventure feel to it. Tom Baker's zany quirks and playful wit, jelly baby anyone, made for a fun time throughout. I'm not sure if I prefer him to Jon Pertwee's charming and dapper gentleman, but I did have a lot of fun watching him. And that's it it for my review of Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor. Next, I'll have to really dig into Peter Davidson. Please be sure to subscribe for more, and you can also add me on Facebook and Twitter. And with that, I'll see you next week. Bye!